Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Strength LR Goku and Vegeta Angel, otherwise known as Strength LR Super Vegeta, and we're going to see just how good he is at 100% in the potential system and with obviously full link level 10 links. Now Vegeta, or Goku and Vegeta, is a very good unit. Obviously EZA has made a very strong unit. We'll talk about build and everything in a little bit, but let's just talk about the unit itself. So Battlewitz or Majin Buu Saga category lead of 180%, pretty solid. On the super attack effects, raises defense permanently and greatly raises attack for one turn on both the 12 and 18 key. Key plus 2, attack and defense of 200%, damage reduction of 30%, and an additional 2 key per type key sphere obtained. Additional attack with a great chance of becoming a super attack, medium chance of performing a crit, and an additional attack and defense of 50%, and launches an additional super attack for one turn from their entry turn or when HP is 77% or more. Has an additional chance of performing a crit plus 20% and damage reduction received by 20% if HP is 50% or more when attacking. So that means in total you have built in 50% crit chance, 50% damage reduction, and 2 additional super attacks if you're above the 77% threshold, which is pretty nice. Saiyan Warrior Race, Experienced Fighters, Saiyan Lineage, Shocking Speed, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power are the link sets. You can transform when HP is 77% or less from the 4th turn, so nice and early. The transformation turns you into Super Vegeta. Super Vegeta greatly raises attack and defense for one turn on both 12 and 18 key while sealing on the 18 key. Fully recovers HP, guards all attacks for 3 turns. Has key plus 5 an attack and defense of 250% with a 50% crit chance. Has an additional chance of crit of 20% with each attack performed in the same turn, and an additional attack of 30% within the same turn after receiving an attack. Reduces damage received by 30% with an additional 30% for normal attacks suffered. Has counters, gets an additional 2 key per key sphere obtained, and has an additional attack and defense of 77% whilst forcing super attacks for 10 turns from his entry. To cut a long story short, really good Super Saiyan, Power bestowed by God, Fused Fighter, Kamehameha, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, all really solid stuff. Now, in terms of build, let's talk about the appropriate build. So Additionals is going to be the best build that you can run on Vegeta. He has crit baked in already. Yes, you could give him some evasion because in the beginning he still needs about a turn to really get going. But to be honest with you, aside from that, just really solid. Additionals will allow you to really build up that defense super quickly. You can fire up to 4 super attacks in a single turn. That will basically enable him to rapidly ascend his defense, which is amazing. He has very high levels of crit baked in once he transforms as well. So being able to obviously score additional attacks with all that crit is really good. So yeah, I think for me, personally speaking, yeah, it's really solid. If I can be honest, I think they're a really good looking unit. You know, we're looking at 9-10 million attack stats with a little bit of support on the rotation, which is excellent. As a unit, when they transform, 17 million attack stats, also very good. The crits can also get pretty crazy, starting out like 1.2, 1.3 mil, and then after attacks he can actually, if he gets a double super, can get to like 4.5, even 5 million crits. And that's on counters. The counters also count towards building up the crit chance as well, so that's something also very important to know. Overall, I find them to be fantastic. They take maybe 1 turn to get going, and then from then on out are really good. The fact that you can transform them nice and early if you need the heal or the better defensive ability or the ability to see super attacks means that even in shorter events they can look really solid. The only issue I find that they have, even potentially remotely an issue, is that you obviously have quite a rapid change in link set between the forms. So when they transform, they go from having Saiyan Warrior Race, Experienced Fighters, and Saiyan Lineage and Shocking Speed, and they lose all 4 of those links, instead gaining Super Saiyan, Power bestowed by God, Fused Fighter, and Kamehameha. It's not the end of the world, but it is something you have to factor in. So if you're running a unit for both phases, you either need a unit that transforms, or you got to switch out partners at a certain point. With that being said though, they are really good regardless. So it's not like a huge hindrance, and their links aren't pivotal to their performance, but it is the difference between your Vegito hitting for like 13, 14 and hitting for like 16, 17. At least if you really want to operate them at a high level. Of course, the Tech, Goku and Vegeta could get an EZA at any point in future. That's their ideal partner because of how many links they share. Or alternatively as well, there are some great Super Saiyan linking partners that they can have. So it's not like a huge issue. Their team does feature enough good units to make things work. It's just that overall, it's something you need to be aware of. Now you cannot raise their super attack with any other units. So you can't boost their super attack using any other units, unfortunately, that you can farm. So you have to use Kais on them. And overall, I think they are really good. I think they'll stand the test of time. They definitely are powerful enough for 9th anniversary content, considering they came out after 9th anniversary on JP's side. So there is definitely room for them and scope for them to be more than fine for a very decent length of time to come. I think as well they're very limited. Well, not limited, but they have very minimal restrictions. So there's nothing, there's no real restriction on them. Like in their base form, there is some health restrictions, but I don't find those to be much of a hindrance, because you'll probably transform them if that is the case. Like they lose the damage reduction and everything if you're below 50%, but at that point, you're more than likely going to transform them to secure that turn anyway. So realistically, it's not a huge issue. Obviously, you do kind of want to hold on to their transformation a little bit to try and give Vegito as much defense as possible. Although he has 60% damage reduction against counters, it's really the super attacks that you're going to want to obviously be aware of. Of course, you do have the ability to see where they're landing, so if you are transforming him early and you think he can't tank the super, then at least worst case scenario, what you can do is you can just kind of put him out of the way of that. Like I said, the best thing about him is pretty much everything. Honestly, I think Vegito himself as a unit, probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest unit in the game. I don't know what Beast Gohan and obviously the other units look like, but Vegito, at least right now on global, up there is a very big contender. The 17 million in attack stat is great. Obviously there are units that can hit higher, but it's really the fact that his counters can get so high, the defensive security, the forcing super attacks. It's a really powerful unit. In terms of building, in terms of links, basically, if you want to just kind of go prepared for battle, fierce battle, and legendary power, and just kind of take things from there, you should be fine. A lot of the times you'll be able to grab at least one more link in either form with a ton of options. I showed you guys Tech Gogeta because they're a great linking partner, but you've got the physical Boo Boys, you've got you've got the physical Boo Boys, you've got Tech Gogeta, you've got obviously physical Super Vegeta himself that you can fuse with the final later stage. You've got the Super Saiyan Goku and Vegetas. Any Vegeta and Goku joint unit is going to link well with these guys. It's not something that's going to be a huge problem. So definitely a ton of great options from that aspect. Linking wise, looking pretty good. So you shouldn't really struggle too much. If you get prepared for battle, you should be more than fine. But these guys don't really struggle a lot with anything. At most, you're looking to mainly boost the offensive output of them and their Vegito form. So you can look at that. But yeah, realistically, there's not a lot that's going to hold these guys back, personally speaking. But yeah, that's basically it from me. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about Vegito / Goku and Vegeta, or Goku and Vegeta / Vegito. And let me know if you've been running them, what content you've been running them in, how much have you been using them, and yeah. But that's it from me, an excellent unit, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care, and bye.